Now we will present the second speaker here on stage, and I will soon welcome an employee at Framo, who is the main sponsor within Alfa Laval. Framo is based in Bergen in Norway, our neighbor. And from its beginning in 1938, this company has grown into a worldwide organization with subsidiaries on 3 continents. Today, Framo is leading manufacturer of submerged pumping systems for the shipping and offshore industry. And 3 years ago, 2014, Framo was acquired by Alfa Laval, who was long tradition within the marine industry. So please welcome from Framo, the area manager, Thomas Eide.
Thank you very much. Is this it's on? Yeah. Thank you for the introduction. And thank you for the opportunity to talk a little bit about Framo and our cargo handling systems. The theme for this year's Donsa Shipping Meet is the future of shipping. And I will try to touch upon that from a Framo perspective. By looking at what we think will be the next generation LR2 product tankers, where you are changing from a pump room system to a submerged cargo handling system. Before I do that, I will touch briefly upon I will look back and look at the history of Framo, and perhaps that can give some context of where we're going. And I will also spend a couple of minutes on just explaining the overall principles around Framo. Okay, so looking back, Framo was founded in 1938. In the beginning, we were manufacturing various items, and our first pump was actually a pump for the fishing industry, which was used to empty the trawl for the fishermen and get the fish into the boat. Then, in the 60s, when the plastic and petrochemical industry took off, the need for transportation of these cargoes in high volumes took off with it. And as a result of this, the first generation of stainless steel chemical parcel tankers was developed and constructed at Boelwerft in Belgium for Stolt-Nielsen. And of course, an essential part of these tankers were the segregated individual cargo pumps, 1 pump per tank. And this was made possible by Framo's the development of Framo's first generation submerged hydraulic-driven pumps. Okay, then the same concept which was first developed for these stainless steel parcel tankers, meaning 1 pump per cargo tank, safe segregation, efficient discharge. This was later adapted for the AMA tankers, for the product tankers in the 90s. Then the same concept was used for the LR1s, which is pretty much a big LR or MR. Also some first generation LR2s, but this was more or less a Aframax where you put in submerged pumps. You didn't have the corrugated tanks. You didn't have a fully segregated vessel. And then we moved on also into the offshore supply vessels, which are serving the drilling and platform rigs offshore Norway or Brazil or wherever. And then today we are here at Donsa. And we will soon talk about how and why Framo is being deployed for the LR2s. But first, what is Framo? What is a Framo system? The main purpose of a Framo system is to optimize the cargo handling operation for the ship owner. And we look along 3 dimensions, we talk about this. The first is that you should spend less time on cargo operation, meaning by having a quicker cargo unloading, efficient stripping, and less slop treatment. Secondly, the vessel must be able to load any type of cargo, giving you maximum flexibility. And thirdly, you need to be able to efficiently switch between different grades of cargoes, because one journey it may be a petroleum product, the next it may be an acid or something cooled or heated or viscous or whatever. So in sum, we are trying to provide an improved overall cargo handling performance, but actually that means a quicker turnaround time, more ton miles with the cargo and fewer voyages in ballast. Okay, and then we have the complete hydraulic system, but of course the heart of it all is the beautiful submerged hydraulic-driven cargo pump. It is based on a very robust construction with a short and rigid shaft. This design, with the combination of a short and rigid shaft and a hydraulic drive, this allows you to pump any cargo there is, regardless of specific gravity or viscosity, and it also is made to withstand the hours or the tough impact from hours of tank cleaning afterwards. It has a built-in stripping system which empties the tank well within all IMO requirements. There are no loose items or moving parts inside the tank. The pump is completely surrounded by a cofferdam, ventilated to the atmosphere, protecting the cargo from the pump and vice versa. And as you know, the complete system is based on a hydraulic power transmission, which have several benefits. At the pump side, you get the fail-safe design where the drive is also the cooling medium and the lubrication medium of the bearings and the motor. Meaning if you lose cooling, you have effectively lost drive, so it's impossible to overheat the pump, for example. Additionally, you have a fully flexible system with 0 to 100% capacity control locally or remotely. And it's not possible to overspeed or overload the pump, as it will automatically adjust to any given discharge situation. Okay, that was a little bit about the Framo system. So if we look at the next generation LR2 product tankers with Framo, or an Aframax-sized tanker, which you coat the cargo tank, and having the basic principle with Framo in mind, I will see how this apply. Of course, today, the majority of these vessels are sailing with a conventional pump room system. But we see a clear trend that the advantages with a submerged cargo pumping system is being increasingly recognized. Basically, the same concept which was first developed for the stainless steel parcel tankers and then the MRs and the LR1s are now also being refined for the LR2s. And the arguments for doing so is very much the same. You get an improved vessel utilization, you increase your cargo volume by deleting the cargo pump room, you improve your fuel economics, you get a segregated system where you protect the value of your cargo, and you improve your safety and eco profile. So the improved vessel utilization, this is due to the fact that you get a more efficient pumping system. You can unload your vessel more quickly, you can strip down the tank more quickly, and you get less slop treatment. And the system allows you to load any type of cargo, as we discussed, and the ship will also be able to efficiently switch between different grades of cargo. And this will increase the vessel's ability to take on new types of cargo, and it will also be better positioned to play in the spot market if you are off charter or in between. So we strongly believe that you will have an increased earning potential if you switch from the pump room to the Framo system on this vessel. Then something very tangible, by deleting the pump room, you increase your cargo volume by approximately 1.5%. For a tank of this size, you're talking about maybe 1,500 cubic. And with 10 to 15 discharges per year, you can carry maybe 20 to 25,000 additional tons of cargo each year. This has some value, which somebody other than me probably can decide better what is. Then, of course, another very tangible fact is that every time you do the discharge operation, you will save 40 tons of heavy fuel or more. This is simply because the efficiency of the Framo system is superior to a conventional steam turbine-driven pump room. So again, if you do 10, 15 discharges per year, you are saving 400 to 600 tons of fuel per year. And if you look at the 5-year horizon, the investment profile to get the Framo system is starting to look very attractive. Then you get a fully segregated system. By removing the pump room, you can also remove the long suction lines inside the tank, which is penetrating segregations. Also, actually for the shipyard, the construction period will be much easier. All the cargo piping and the valves arrangement will be 60% less. Also, by removing all these spaghetti basically inside the tank, and maybe you've also at this point of time removed the coils because you will rather have a Framo deck-mounted cargo heater, you can get a very clean tank top with few cleaning shadows, so it's easy to wash down the tank and make the vessel ready to receive a new cargo. Okay, improved safety, of course, removing pump room is a safety improvement. Also, you are using 40 tons less fuel in port every time you discharge. This is, of course, reduced emissions while in port. You get less slop treatment due to the simplified cargo handling system and improved stripping capabilities. And of course, the increased carrying capacity allows for more cargo transported per ton fuel consumed. Okay, so at least we think, or we believe in a future where LR2 tankers will be designed with submerged cargo pumping systems, where you have a fully corrugated cargo tanks, you have 6 or 7 segregations, and it will look more and more like a large MR. And if you decide to coat your Aframax, you have an intention to go with products, and then it makes, in our view, very much sense to also put in Framo cargo pumps. That was almost it for me. I just wanted to round off with this slide. Framo, we are headquartered in Bergen in Norway, where we also have our manufacturing facilities. This is where we produce all our equipment, we assemble all the equipment, and we do all the testing. Still, we have a global service network available 24/7. Currently, they are serving more than 3,700 vessels sailing with Framo, with more than 70,000 cargo pumps in operation, almost every day. And we hope, of course, that in the future we might add some LR2 vessels to this fleet. So thank you very much for the attention. If you have any questions, I will be available after or at the stand, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you so much, Thomas Eide. You were actually not the one who was meant to speak in the beginning, so you just arrived, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes. Have you been to Donsö Shipping Meet before?
First time.
First time?
Yes, yes.
Ah. And you gave us the Framo's marine timeline before. Yeah. What's your timeline at Donsö Shipping Meet now for those 2 days?
Well, I hope just to enjoy all the people and meet some the stands and yeah, some interesting interactions I hope for.
Yeah. And you're also within the Alfa Laval group, yes. Framo is, and you are also the main sponsor at Donsö Shipping Meet this year. So if you have any questions and want to speak more to Thomas or his colleagues, you will find them just everywhere. So give a big hand to Thomas Eide at Framo.